But you said yourself the internet makes it hard to really do that, any one person to do that. So even if you think of the camera being democratic...
No, okay, so the internet makes it hard to censor, but did I say the internet makes it hard for...
Well, it opens up the possibility of...
Because you weren't saying about narrative, you were saying about... I assumed you were talking about release, about a photo's availability or non-availability.
No, I was, but by an equal token, you must think that the narrative is equally able to be manipulated and changed and rewritten through those same channels which prevent the image from being completely censored.
Can we rewind? I've kind of lost my place in my head a bit.
Okay, so is photography democratic? You're saying it's not the question of the camera being accessible that matters. It's the narrative which gives the image meaning. And you're saying that that is what is the focus here, so that's what determines whether it's democratic.
Yeah. I mean, obviously in the sense that you're talking about in terms of the meaning behind a photo. So, that's not democratic.
The meaning of a photograph isn't democratic because certain people control it, do you mean?
Well, because, in cultural discourse there are always margins, there are always the dispossessed and there's always the dominant, and the dominant will choose that decides what is said about the photograph. That doesn't decide what's said about the photograph, like the marginal will have a say on the photograph, but by definition the dominant decides what the dominant believes about the photograph. So I don't think it's democratic. But that's not to say that it's unfair necessarily, because the dominant discourse around a particular image could be the correct one. So just because it's undemocratic doesn't mean it's inherently creating an incorrect narrative around the photograph.